Today, Caitlin Clark officially ruled out for tonight's game, Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces. I'm looking at the fan reaction, and a lot of fans appear to be out for today's game. A lot of fans are putting in their own personal injury report. Out. Open parentheses, no Caitlin Clark, close parentheses.
Just 28 seconds. That's all it takes to see how dramatically the atmosphere has changed in Las Vegas. Courtside seats in section 100, front row, for the Indiana Fever versus Las Vegas Aces matchup are still widely available only hours before tip-off, with premium tickets selling at surprisingly low prices. This isn't simply the result of one star player missing a single game. It's a much bigger story about fan interest, ticket demand, and what can happen when a league loses sight of the audience that fuels its success.
For $50, and even those tickets aren't selling. Even the cheap, good seats aren't selling. The Indiana Fever put out their own injury report last night. The reaction? Yikes. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Beyond simple disappointment, many are jokingly placing themselves on the injury report, listing Caitlin Clark as the reason they're not attending. It reflects a fan base that feels let down and is no longer willing to take the same risk. After watching Clark miss a significant number of games last season, many supporters continued to buy tickets and tune in, hoping things would improve. But patience only lasts so long, and the sharp decline in enthusiasm suggests that many fans have reached their limit.
Caitlin Clark, no Asia Wilson. We have Stephanie White's lackluster offense. We have Stephanie White's lackluster defense. And fans just simply aren't excited for it. Especially after the runaround we went through last year, not watching Caitlin Clark for 75% of the season. Many fans don't want to go through the same song and dance again. We went through it last year. We don't want to go through it this.
To what may have led to Caitlin Clark's injury. Her back issues were reported after she absorbed another hard hit on the court, prompting renewed debate over the league's officiating and player protection. Critics argued that head coach Stephanie White spoke out about the referees only after Clark landed on the injury report, questioning why stronger concerns weren't raised earlier when Clark had already taken several physical hits. That timing fueled frustration among fans, many of whom felt the issue should have been addressed sooner. The debate intensified even further after White defended her players during a press conference following the Alyssa Thomas controversy, yet made no mention of Clark in the same remarks. For many supporters, that omission became another talking point, adding to the growing criticism surrounding the team's handling of the situation. The criticism didn't stop there. Many fans were frustrated that Stephanie White's comments focused on broader issues without mentioning the online abuse directed at Caitlin Clark or the criticism Sophie Cunningham has faced. Some supporters interpreted her message as dismissive, feeling that fans with different opinions were being pushed aside rather than heard. Their response was simple. If their support wasn't valued, they would stop spending money on tickets. That frustration has fueled a growing narrative that White's post-game comments came too late and did little to address concerns about protecting one of the league's biggest stars on the court.
Thomas doesn't even mention Caitlin Clark and the hate that Caitlin Clark gets. Doesn't even mention Sophie Cunningham and the hate Sophie Cunningham gets. And pretty much says, if you don't think like me, walk like me, act like me, talk like me, well, you're not a WNBA fan and we really don't want you here. Many fans are saying, okay, you don't want me here? Okay, I won't be here. Let's take a look, shall we? Status report for tonight's game now, at Las Vegas. They're in Las Vegas, ESPN, prime time, part of this new...
The ticket market only added to the conversation. Listings on resale sites showed premium seats in Las Vegas available for a fraction of what similar seats had cost when Clark previously played there. Sections that once sold for hundreds of dollars were now listed for under $40, yet many remained unsold. While ticket prices can fluctuate for many reasons, the sharp contrast sparked debate about Clark's impact on attendance and overall fan interest. Television ratings also became part of the discussion. A recent CBS broadcast without Clark reportedly attracted around 1.56 million viewers, compared with roughly 2.16 million for a comparable game featuring her. A difference of about 600,000 viewers. Those numbers have led many analysts and fans to argue that Clark has become one of the league's strongest television draws. Some observers also speculated that upcoming nationally televised games without her could post lower ratings, though those figures would ultimately depend on the official audience data once released. The debate intensified after the Indiana Fever shared a road trip graphic featuring Ty Harris prominently. While some fans saw it as a routine promotional post, others questioned why established stars like Kelsey Mitchell or Aaliyah Boston weren't given the spotlight instead. To many supporters, the image created the impression that the organization was already focused on moving forward without Caitlin Clark rather than emphasizing her return. Whether or not that was the team's intention, perception often shapes public opinion in sports, and many fans reacted strongly to what they believed the message implied. For critics, the issue extends far beyond a single game or 1 week's television ratings. They argue that the Fever and, more broadly, the WNBA risk misunderstanding the audience that has fueled the league's recent surge in popularity. Clark's arrival has brought unprecedented attention, sold-out arenas, and record-breaking TV audiences, leading many fans to believe she should receive greater protection both on and off the court. Throughout the season, supporters have pointed to several physical plays involving Clark and questioned whether officiating has done enough to protect one of the league's biggest stars. Much of the criticism has also been directed at head coach Stephanie White. Some fans believe stronger public support should have come earlier, rather than only after Clark appeared on the injury report. When White later spoke out about officiating, many applauded the comments but also questioned the timing, asking why similar concerns weren't raised after previous physical games. Critics argue that earlier action may have sent a stronger message about player safety, while others contend the situation is more complicated than it appears. The discussion continued after White defended players facing online harassment during a press conference. While many agreed those players deserved support, some fans noticed that Clark and Sophie Cunningham were not.